Hello everyone, this is Sister Mary. I'm on my lunch break. I'm going to give you a few scriptures that I've looked up about the Antichrist. That matches kind of what the Holy Spirit was saying last night. So God bless you, brothers and sisters. I'm going to put down the video camera. You'll see the light above my head, but that is just to read for you. God bless you. Alright guys, so what I did was just look up very quickly scriptures about the Antichrist. And remember, the Holy Spirit has said to read Revelation 12 and Revelation 13. Also, we need to be reading the book of Daniel because the visions of John and Daniel match. So I'll get a video together about that. But right now, what we're going to talk about, we know that Satan is a liar. We know that he is a deceiver. We know that he is going to take, he's going to come into a human body. So I'm going to give you very quickly. We're not going to be talking about the spirit of Antichrist. It's already here. Anyone who does not confess Jesus Christ, that is the spirit of the Antichrist. So I'm going to give you very quickly. All right, so Matthew 24:24 is talking about false Christ and false prophets will arise and will show great signs and wonders so as to mislead, if possible, even the elect. The elect being God's chosen people. Mark 13:22 says, "For false Christ and false prophets will arise and will show signs and wonders in order to lead astray, if possible, the elect." Mark 3:29, "But whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit never has forgiveness, but is guilty of an eternal sin." 2 Thessalonians 3:4, "Let no one in any way deceive you, for it will not come unless the apostasy comes first." This is a falling away. "And the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction, which is also the son of perdition." We are talking about Satan, "who opposes and exalts himself above every so-called God or object of worship, so that he takes his seat in the temple of God, displaying himself as being God." We are the temple of God, brothers and sisters. So when you allow this mark to come in, you are worshiping that beast. You are worshiping the system. Daniel chapter 7, verses 7 and 8. "After this I kept looking in the night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrifying and extremely strong, and it had large iron teeth." Sounds like a governmental system to me. "It devoured and crushed and trampled down the remainder with its feet, and it was different from all the beasts that were before it," meaning it's not a normal government. "And it had 10 horns. Yeah, other countries forming, coming together, one world government. "While I was contemplating the horns, behold, another from a little one came up among them, and 3 of the first horns were pulled out by the roots before it. And behold, this horn possessed eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth uttering great boast." Daniel chapter 8, verses 9 through 12. "Out of one of them came forth rather small horn, which grew exceedingly great toward the south, toward the east, and toward the beautiful land. It grew up to the host of heaven, and caused some of the host and some of the stars to fall to the earth, and it trampled them down. It even magnified itself to be equal with the commander of the host, and it removed the regular sacrifice from him, and the place of his sanctuary was thrown down. And on account of transgression, the host will be given over to the horn along with the regular sacrifice, and it will fling truth to the ground and perform its will and prosper." Daniel chapter 11, verses 36 through 45. "Then the king will do as he pleases, and he will exalt and magnify himself above every god, and will speak monstrous things against the God of gods. And he will prosper until the indignation is finished, for that which is decreed will be done. He will show no regard for the gods of his fathers, or for the desire of women." And do we not have transgender issues? Homosexuality, lesbianism. I mean, just, we're here. "Nor will he show regard for any other god." Every other religion is accepted, but Christianity right now is being pushed aside. we're bigots. For he will magnify himself above them all, but instead he will honor a god, a fortress. Now, when I was reading this, it sounded like, the mark of the beast. Money, power, fortune, a fortress. This is what I was thinking about. A God whom his fathers did not know. He will honor him with gold, silver, costly stones, and treasures. He will take action against the strongest of fortresses with the help of a foreign god. He will give great honor to those who acknowledge him and will cause them to rule over the many and will parcel out land for a price. At the end time, the king of the south will collide with him, and the king of the north will storm against him with chariots, with horsemen, and with many ships. And he will enter countries, overflow them, and pass through. He will also enter the beautiful land, and many countries will fall. But these will be rescued out of his hand: Edom and Moab, and the foremost of the sons of Ammon. Then he will stretch out his hand against other countries, and the land of Egypt will not escape, but he will gain control over the hidden treasures of gold and silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. And Libyans and Ethiopians will follow at his heels. But rumors from the east and from the north will disturb him, and he will go forth with great wrath to destroy and annihilate many. He will pitch the tents of his royal pavilion between the seas and the beautiful holy mountain. Yet he will come to his end, and no one will help him. Revelation 13, verses 1 through 10. And the dragon stood on the sand of the seashore. Then I saw a beast coming up out of the sea, having 10 horns and 7 heads. This is a one-world government. And on his horns were 10 diadems, and on his heads were blasphemous names. And the beast which I saw was like a leopard, and his feet were like those of a bear, his mouth like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him power, and his throne and great authority. I saw one of his heads as if it had been slain, and his fatal wound was healed, and the whole earth was amazed and followed after the beast. They worshipped the dragon because he gave his authority to the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like the beast, and who is able to wage war with him? There was given to him a mouth speaking arrogant words and blasphemies, and authority to act for 42 months was given to him. And he opened his mouth in blasphemies against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, that is, those who dwell in heaven. It was also given to him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And authority over every tribe and people and tongue, nation was given to him. All who dwell on the earth will worship him. Everyone whose name has not been written from the foundation of the world in the book of life of the Lamb who has been slain. If anyone has an ear, let him hear. If anyone is destined for captivity, to captivity he goes. If anyone kills with the sword he must be killed. Here is the perseverance and the faith of the saints. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 6 through 10. And you know what restrains him now, so that in his time he will be revealed. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he who now restrains will do so until he is taken out of the way. Some people believe this is the church. Then that lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will slay with the breath of his mouth, and bring to an end his appearance of his coming. That is the one whose coming is in accord with the activity of Satan, with all power and signs and false wonders, and with all the deception of wickedness for those who perish because they do not receive the love of the truth so as to be saved. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. Then that lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will slay with his breath of his mouth, and bring to an end by the appearance of his coming. I'm going to try to get Revelation chapter 17, verses 7 through 14. And the angel said to me, Why do you wonder? I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carries her, which has the 7 heads and the 10 horns. The beast that you saw was and is not, and is about to come up out of the abyss and go to destruction. And those who dwell on the earth, whose name has not been written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, will wonder when they see the beast, that he was and is not and will come. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits, and they are 7 kings. 5 have fallen, 1 is, and the other has not yet come. And when he comes, he must remain a little while. The beast which was and is not is himself also an 8th, and is one of the 7, and he goes to destruction. The 10 horns which you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received a kingdom, but they receive authority as kings with the beast for 1 hour. These have one purpose, and they give their power and authority to the beast. These will wage war against the Lamb, and the Lamb will overcome them, because he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and those who are with him are called, chosen, and faithful. Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his shrewdness he will cause deceit to succeed by his influence, and he will magnify himself in his heart, and he will destroy many while they are at ease. He will even oppose the prince of princes, but he will be broken without human agency. I'm going to read very quickly. I think I'm about to run out of time. Revelation chapter 13, verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And the power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of lambs slain from the foundation of the world, and then of any man. So I did read all of that for you. Trying to see where it says that we're going to be taken, or the beast will enforce the mark of the beast to buy and sell. Now in chapter 14 it talks about the Lamb standing on the Mount Zion with him, the 144,000. So I'm going to stop right there. But I'm going to continue to look up some more scriptures today. Also, Revelation. We're going to have to read the book of Revelation and Daniel and see how they match up. But God bless you, brothers and sisters. I just tried to bring you a few more scriptures because I didn't have time to look them up this morning when I did the first video.